and welcome back to my channel. So I know it's been a while since I last filmed and put up a video, but I have been really busy with all my assignments because I started in a university course, and also I've just been working on myself in general. So just like, you know, all the things I mentioned in my last video, like self-love and care and all of that, and just developing myself as a person, which I think is like one of the only things we really can do at this time. I mean, so I'm just gonna be real with you and give you this video that I've made, and it's my tips on staying motivated, and it's mainly directed at like being motivated in like work or university and staying motivated at the gym, because they're really the two things that I'm most interested in at the moment. And like when lockdown 2.0 was first decided, I was actually really sad, because the first thing I thought is, how am I gonna keep going? And because I just got into the flow of going to the gym and things like that, so yeah, it was a tough one. So before I get started, if you like these videos and this new style of video, please give it a like so I know, and subscribe to my channel if you want to see more about this kind of thing, because I think I'm gonna stick to this theme and do my YouTube videos like based on motivation and, you know, just empowerment and like just finding yourself and everything like that, because I'm into that vibe at the moment. So we'll see how that goes. And also excuse the snoring because it's Brian sleeping and I'm not gonna kick him out, so just gonna have to put up with it. I'll probably put some background music on though. To start, I'm just gonna talk a little bit about what self-love is, because I know I talked about that in my last video, but I feel like I only really touched the surface on the actual definition of what it is, because as the lockdown is coming, I feel like a lot of people need to practice it, and it helps with staying motivated, because in my opinion the definition of self-love is respecting yourself and caring for yourself and putting yourself first. It is being selfish to an extent, but you don't have to do it in a selfish way, and you don't have to come across as egotistical or like that. You can genuinely just put yourself first, choose yourself, have some downtime to yourself, like care for yourself physically. It could be like literally if you never get round to like doing your nails, getting your hair done, like go do that. Like spend time, I mean you can't get your nails and hair done, but do them yourself like I do. Like yeah, do something like that. Or it can be mentally, and like looking after your mental health, checking you're okay. And if you're like me and you react quite quickly and angrily to things, self-love can include taming that and using methods to try and not get so angry, and just developing yourself as a person and being the best version of yourself that you can be, because you're only playing the game against yourself. It's not, no one else is included. Like, don't worry what someone else is doing. You want to be the best version of you. So linking that to staying motivated, ways that I have been taking care of myself lately is, I was feeling really down, like you probably noticed from my last video, and I started going to the gym to help, and it really has helped a lot. I've gotten quite like into it, and that's why I was so upset when I found out that the gyms were closing, because that's quite sad. Quick side note, I do just want to say, if you are feeling down and you're watching my videos and you're thinking, wow, I want to be like that but I don't know where to start, and oh, I'm not confident to post YouTubes, you don't have to do that. Like, you can simply just talk to your friends, or even talk to me. I know a few people have reached out to me after watching my videos, and I would be happy to talk to more and spread some positivity and like love, because everyone needs it at this time. And it is really difficult, and not everyone has the confidence to get up on YouTube and make a video to make themselves feel better. Not that this is the only thing I do to make myself feel better, but not everyone can do that, and everyone expresses their feelings in different ways. But if you do need someone to talk to at this time, I am around, so, and I am not going anywhere, so yeah, I'm here. And I have so much spare time, like most people, so yeah, just drop me a message. Like, I will reply, because I literally reply to everyone. So back to staying motivated. So I go to the gym, which helps me to stay motivated in other ways. So going to the gym makes me feel happy, like, you know, the usual releases endorphins, and it helps me to like refresh my brain and then work better in other areas of my life. So I do suggest it to everyone, but I mean, it's not the only way that you can exercise. You can do other things, that because the gym can be boring for some people. And that links to my first point of staying motivated, which is find something that suits and interests you the most. So I have had a lot of difficulty in my life in sticking to one thing. And it's mainly because I do get quite bored easily, and I'm impulsive, and new things do excite me. So I am quite chop and change. But I was at uni in Manchester and I did love it. It was absolutely amazing. I love Manchester and I love all my friends there. But I didn't like my course, and I was doing physics, and I really thought it was me. But I mean, if you, not saying you have to fit the typical like norm categories, because not everyone does, and I actually like hate putting myself in a box, but I'm not the typical physics student in terms of it didn't suit me, and I was really struggling, and it made me feel like I didn't like everything. But my mum actually convinced me to drop out and focus and find what I really want to do and find myself. And it actually worked, because it's been a couple years since then, and I am now studying animal behaviour. And although I'm not in a university environment and I'm at home, which is sad, but it's a really good course, and I'm finding it so much easier to actually like hand stuff in and stick to it and actually keep up with the work, because I enjoy it so much and it's really suited to me. So that's my first tip: find something that suits you. And in the same way it works for the gym and working out. I know exercise is good for you to sustain a healthy lifestyle and like help, you know, healthy body, healthy mind, but not everyone has to be a gym babe, not everyone has to be a fitness freak. I mean, I slightly am, but that doesn't matter. If it's not for you, you don't have to do it just because someone tells you to go to the gym. You do what you want to do. You can do so many different sports to stay fit. You can walk even, you can do anything. But I mean, I would say as long as you're doing a little bit of exercise, it does help with your mind and to stay focused in other areas. But yeah, pick and find what suits you. And don't get me wrong, I know it can be difficult to find what suits you the most, because trust me, I struggled with that, but you'll get there in the end. The only person, as I said, the only person you're racing against is yourself. And I mean, I guess time, but but that doesn't even matter, because everyone has the same amount of time. Everyone is on their own journey, so don't look at someone else and see what they're doing and think, oh. I've had so many people say to me, oh my god, you're going back to uni, and oh, you're going to be finished when you're like 24. And I'm like, who cares? There's different people. Like, everyone's on their own journey. So yeah, you just gotta focus on yourself and just be better than you were a year ago, and look back and track it. So that now links to my next point about staying motivated. And my next point would be, it's so typical and everyone always says it, but once I started doing it, it actually makes a lot of sense. In order to stay motivated in different areas of your life, you need to set goals and aspirations and track them. You can't just set them and then never look back at them and move on, do something else, and then just, oh, I set this goal. Like, you have to set goals that you actually want to achieve, and aspirations. You can even make one of those like mood boards and put pictures on it, or put your home screen as like I don't know, if you want to make money and that's your goal, then put it as a house you want to buy, or I don't know, whatever makes sense to you. Or if it's a fitness person, then like screenshot really fit people and put it on your home screen. Just anything that inspires you. And that's why it is so individual to you, and it's very difficult to give tips on this because everyone is so different. But I would say just try and inspire yourself. Think of things that you actually really love, like, and then set goals on what you want to achieve. So this is sounding like an assignment now, but it really is good, because if you can set time limits, then you will work harder to try and achieve what you're trying to achieve by that time. So for example, if you, like, say you want to grow your biceps and you're measuring them, if you measure them and say, I want them to grow to this size by this date, you can keep track, and you, every time they grow a little bit from what you're doing, you'll feel a little bit happier inside, and then that will help to sustain and maintain your progress. In addition to setting goals and tracking them and linking to them, you can do that in whatever way you want. So if it's like with work, you can say, like, and you've got an essay and you want to write 1,500 words, you can say 200 words a day, and then once you've done it, you can then, my suggestion is then to reward yourself. Maybe not every single time, and like maybe set larger targets, but with the gym as well, when you see progress, you can give yourself a little cheat day, or okay, maybe not one every day, but yeah, just do what suits you, but like little rewards here and there. Rewarding yourself for your goals also helps you to achieve them, to look forward to achieving them, and then also carrying on to achieve more afterwards, because you know that it's bringing you something. Your reward could be an actual thing that you give yourself, or it can be the reward of achieving the goal. So for example, if you're trying to work to like grow your booty in the gym, then your reward would be a bigger bum. The next one is, after you've got your plan and you are motivated, another point to keep in mind is to set your goals based on you and not care what others think. So just don't worry about what someone else's goal is or what they're doing, because you've got your own and you need to focus on that. Because if you are focusing on other people all the time, you're not going to move anywhere. So you just have to do what works for you. And it's really difficult to give advice because what works for me might not necessarily work for you, but I can tell you what I do in the hope that some of you will be quite similar. I mean, if you are impulsive like me and you do get excited easily by new things, then my advice would be, for any like goal or achievement that you are trying to achieve, start off with the more difficult things, because then by the time you start losing interest in something, you've already done the difficult parts. Like, this is for writing an essay or something, you've done the difficult parts, or even it could be a workout. If you started off with the harder like exercises, then at the end when you're all tired and bored, you've got the easy ones and you're like, wow, okay, I'm loving this, and you can get through it. That's to keep your motivation. And I mean, you might be the opposite. So if you struggle to get started, then start off with the easy things that you love, because then once you've got the hang of those, you're like, okay, I've got this, and you might want to move on to the harder things and then try that way. So it really just, you kind of have to like analyze yourself and see how you develop, and then set them based on what works for you. Also, linking back to my last video about self-care and not caring what others think, also linking back to my last video about self-care and in general positivity, in terms of motivation, like throughout lockdown, if you are struggling for the small things like getting out of bed and, you know, just getting up in the morning and going about your day, my suggestion would be to my suggestion would then also be to first of all reward yourself for the small things by doing things that you like, for doing simple tasks like that. Also, linking right back to the end of my last video, keeping a gratitude journal is literally just the best point I can think of, because it helps you to stay motivated because you are grateful for what you have, rather than constantly looking at, if you are sick and tired of looking at all your goals. I know this is slightly contradicting what I just said, but if that's not your thing and you don't want to achieve more, you just want to be happy for right now and deal with that first, then yeah, you need to look into being grateful for the things you have rather than aspiring for new things to grasp your attention, because that's not going to work. I mean, if that doesn't work, then I do suggest that you seek extra help. And I don't mean that in a nasty way or anything. I mean, it could be extra help by talking to friends or talking to siblings or parents or whoever is around you at the time, or drop me a message, anything. Like, any extra help is helpful, but at the end of the day, the only thing that people can do is either listen to you, which is very helpful for some people, or give you some advice. And at the end of the day, it's down to you to be the person you want to be and to motivate yourself, because that is what motivation is. It comes from within. You can't just get your motivation from other outside sources all the time, because that won't work and it won't keep you happy, and that isn't real true motivation. So it has to come from you really wanting it inside. So that's why my advice is that it's different for everyone, and my advice is mainly to find something that motivates you and what you want to find, because that's really how you do it. So yeah. Also, linking it to manifestation as well, you can also try and do it that way by like envisioning yourself and what you want to be in the future. I personally don't do that too much, and I'm not gonna like talk about it too much because I don't know that much about it and I haven't really manifested anything, as I've said before. But just staying positive about your goals, well, trying to stay positive and envisioning what your life would be like if you were to achieve them, because I feel like that's what is the reason people do things, because it makes them happy and you want to be happy, right? But yeah, anyways, thank you so much for watching that really short, snappy, random video on motivation, and I do hope that everyone is feeling okay with this lockdown, and I do hope it's only 4 weeks or so, because I want to get back into the gym and I want everyone to be mixing and mingling and feeling happy again together. Please subscribe to my channel if you want to see the next one, because I will make this into a little series. So yeah, bye for now.